Hello Caknistas, it is Marisha, and today we are going to Wakanda together. Oh, that wasn't bad! How about I've only worn this shirt like twice and I was like, this is the perfect time for this shirt. For this video, we're going to make some Black Panther inspired cookies. We're going to make a Black Panther cookie, a T'Challa cookie, a Shuri cookie, and an Erik Killmonger cookie. So if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this channel right here, Marisha's Couture Cakes, because we are going to Wakanda together. Wakanda. This is the template that I made. I just printed it out on the computer and I searched these images. Now I have my cookie dough. I cut out each template and I'm going to trace each template out with the cookie dough. And my cookie dough, this is just box cake mix with 1 egg and a half cup of shortening. Simple, okay? For all the technicalities that we're going to be going through later, we don't need for our cookie dough to be rough too. So we're going to bake this in the oven for about 10 minutes at 350 degrees.
I'm doing it really dough. Big dreams, I want big dough. Clubbing on.
For Erik Killmonger, I'm starting off with a brown fondant. I'm going to outline his face and then cut the entire thing out. Notice that I stopped at the hairline. We're going to do his hair separately. So put that fondant onto the cookie. And now I'm going to use a coupler to cut out some black fondant. And then make an imprint onto the cookie as well where the eyes need to go so that I can cut that out. We're going to do this step for each cookie. We're going to make like a triangular shape for the nose, and I did make a little bit of an imprint onto the cookie where the nose would go. And then we're going to do the same with the mustache. It's 2 individual pieces. Just make sure that you use that template to form your mustache. And for the eyebrows, they are perfectly arched. I'm not trying to mess up these angles, so I'm going to trace that onto black fondant and then actually cut it out. Everything is going to adhere with water onto my cookie. And now we're going to move on to the beard. We're going to cut the bottom of the beard out and then trace the top of the beard so that when we remove the template, we can cut that top part out as well. My fondant is super dry and crackly, but this is going to work to my advantage later, you will see. And this is nothing that some water can't fix. So next I'm cutting out the hairline, cutting out the top of the hair, and I'm placing that onto the cookie as well. And now he's got these gorgeous locks that he grew for the movie. I love them. So I'm going to make locks just by rolling pieces of black fondant together. And I'm going to place them onto the cookie in the style that he had them. He kind of had like a swoop bang situation. They were a little bit longer on the right side and then shorter on the left side. So I'm going to make sure that some of them come down on our left side of the cookie. And then I'm just going to stick a few of them upwards on the right side of the cookie. Add a little bit of whites to the eyes to bring it to life, and that is Erik Killmonger. Next, we're moving on to T'Challa. I love you. So we're going to place our template onto brown fondant once again and cut out the face of the cookie, excluding the hair. Place that onto the cookie and then use the coupler once again to cut out the eyes. And now I'm going to trace his hairline as well as the beard while I'm at it and the goatee. When I remove that template, I've got a perfect little pattern to cut out. And then I can apply all of these pieces like a puzzle to my cookie. Now, hair is very important in this video, so we are going to make his kinky, curly, little mini fro that he had. Take some black fondant that was dried out a little bit and cut that up and add some water to it. And of course, if your fondant is soft and perfect, then it's not going to work. You literally have to leave your fondant out. so that you can get some very good texture from this. And then I'm going to add the eyes as well. Look at the hair. Have you ever seen like a kinky curly hair on a cookie? I haven't. I love that widow's peak. Oh, it just lets you know this is T'Challa. Next, we're moving on to our girl, Shuri the Warrior. I already cut her face and her bun out with the brown fondant. And now I'm going to use the template to just mark where all of these white dots are going to go. When I remove the template, this is like perfect. I'm just gonna cut out the eyes, and then I'm gonna take some white fondant and roll it into little teeny dots and place each dot on top of the dot. Now, her hair is very intricate. We're literally going to give Shuri individuals. So I did trace out where the bun starts and where the hairline starts separately. So I rolled out a long strand of black fondant, and I'm going to literally make each individual braid, making sure to start at the hairline and end it where the bun starts. And I used a clay extractor for this. I felt like that made all the difference. Now I'm going to start her bun. I'm just making what I'm calling long braids, just going in different directions. Your pattern could be completely different from this. You just want to make sure that each end of the braid kind of is overlapped by something else. Now I'm adding in the eyes. I traced out her eyebrows as well, and I'm going to put those on there. I also added some eyelashes just with some thin rolled out fondant, and then to make each strand look like a braid, I just made a crisscross pattern with my Xacto knife. And now we're going to physically braid 3 strands of black fondant and then add that to the side of her face. She has a thin purple strand going through her hair, so we're going to add that as well. And now for her face guard, I just added a little black fondant and a little bit of brown fondant together to get this color. And I'm going to trace out her face guard, cut that out, apply that to the bottom of her face, and then make 2 teeth-like shapes with some white fondant. And you're going to see little white dots all over my cookies. It's just cornstarch, so I use that to keep everything kind of non-stick. Now for the star of the show. I really feel like it's T'Challa, but it could also be Black Panther. It depends on, you know, who you're asking. We're going to cut out some black fondant using our template, apply that to the cookie, and this is pretty simple. We're just going to cut out the eyes with our Xacto knife because it is a different shape. And then I'm going to use a fondant tool to imprint every white line on the face so that when I take off my template, I can clearly see where my white fondant has to go. So I'm just going to roll the white fondant into thick strands and place it on every indentation that I see. That's it. My cookies definitely did spread out during the baking process, so I'm going to trim all of the cookies around the fondant, and that's just gonna like make everything look so much more. It took it from like a 8 to a 10,000. And those are my Black Panther inspired cookies, you guys. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought of this video, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Share it with all of your friends who love Black Panther and who want to go to Wakanda. I will see you guys there. Couture and Black Panther cookies. Bye guys. Let me know what characters you would love to see me create in a cookie form. I'm thinking M'Baku, I'm thinking Okoye. After I watched Black Panther in the theater, I just sat there in the chair for like 10 minutes. I wasn't ready to go. Just waiting for the ship to come and take me to Wakanda. I'm waiting for Black Panther to show up so he could knock the walls out, just so we can go straight through the theater and not have to walk. You know, I'm just waiting for this big thing. Yeah. Wakanda forever.